This is a slight lead on from a previous video, but it's a little bit more about what I call the climate illusion, because it's illusion. It is an illusion. I'm going to try and give you some facts here, because like I say, I know some of these things are my opinions sometimes, but these I try to back up with some form of fact checking. So let's go back the ozone, the ozone layer, which was what I call the trial run. This is the trial run of the financial elites of the world of how to control us. And so let's try this. The 1980s scare. Do you remember that? Because I did. I remember being genuinely quite afraid that we were killing the planet with the CFCs. Remember? Refrigerants, CFCs, were going to kill us all. Well, I want to just update you that in 2026, I apologize, the hole is shrinking, it's closing. And the test case to see if they could use science to force global industry change, sorry, I'm going to repeat that. I'm not going to edit this. I just want to read this word for word. The 2026 fact. The hole is shrinking, and I think they've said something around 2044 to 2050 it will be completely closed, okay? It was a test case. They wanted to see if they could use science to force global industry changes. And guess what? It worked. Fear-mongering, control, money. Think about those things. So let's look at the moving the goalposts, which they have done since the 1970s. And this has always fascinated me because I've always seen it. I've never bought the hype other than 1980s. But anyway, the 70s global cooling, the new ice age. I don't recall this. This was something I was a child. They called the 70s the new ice age, and that by the year 2026 we'd be frozen. Oh, interesting. The 90s was the global warming, okay, which was the ice-free Arctic. By 2013, the ice in the Arctic would be gone. It's 2026. It's still there. Interesting. So they thought, no, we can't say global warming because we're clearly not warming up. So, what we'll call it now is the climate emergency. Now that sounds a little bit more urgent, don't you think? It's an emergency. So the name changed because the weather refused to follow their models. So these guys genuinely don't know what they're talking about. A little bit like the weather forecasters. So like I have said in a previous video, let's just look at the trace gas reality. So the trace gas we're talking about is CO2, which is 0.0% of the air. The climate is shifting, is driven by the sun and ocean currents, not your hob or your petrol car. In other words, the globe has its own seasons, like countries do. The globe has its seasons, and that's what we're doing. The why, the carbon control grid, that's the why, the tax on life. If you control carbon, you control everything. It's a license to tax everybody to death. Do you think it's working? I wonder. Have a think about that. Is it working? I wonder. I think it might be. It might be. This is what they call a managed decline, or I call a managed decline. It's they aren't saving the UK. They are de-industrializing it. They want population that is theory broken and dependent on the state for everything. Think about that and think about the reality. So from global cooling to the ozone hole, I'm looking at 50 years of failed end-of-the-world predictions. And why are being sold a climate emergency that requires us to be poorer while billionaires get richer? What are they doing with the industries, guys? They're sending the industries from the west to the east, and then we are reliant on the east for those products to come back. Control and money. If you rely on the state, you're no longer self-sufficient. If the British industry is completely de-industrialized, we're no longer self-reliant. That's the reality. I think what I'm trying to say overall on this, and there'll be other subjects like this, is it's time for us to stop or start discussing this fear factor. How they are selling us fear, how we're destroying the world and how everything's going down. Yes, things are going down, but that's managed. This is managed destruction by the elite. Follow the money. They want to be rich, and most of all, they want to control you. And if they put enough fear in you, they have the control. Don't let them have it. Don't let them have it. Please use your own minds. Do your own research. Don't believe the headlines. Even if it seems plausible, research it. Look into it yourself. Look for the truth. Don't rely on a television documentary. Don't even rely on me. All I'm here to do is just, hopefully, awaken you just a little to see that maybe all this is bullshit. Because it is. I hope this resonates with one or two of you. Please, I encourage you again to share, subscribe, link to other people, whatever. I hope you have a wonderful time, and we'll see you on the next one. I wonder what the next one's going to be. Have a great day.